Forbidden Technologies is making progress on all fronts, and today the company announces it has gained its first paying customers for Captevate, its online video editor for the general public. I am very pleased to be joined by Chief Executive Aziz Musa to discuss the news. Good morning, Aziz.
Hi, Charlotte.
Now, Aziz, when we last spoke to you, it was about the progress made by Foreseen, your cloud-based video platform. And today it's about Captevate, your online video editor for consumers, as you got your first paying customers for the solution. This is a key milestone, isn't it, for the product? You must be pleased.
It is a key milestone. It's an important milestone in every e-commerce product. It's when you get to a stable conversion rate. I'll be honest with you, Charlotte, it's not, if we were a private company, this isn't something that you'd be shouting about, but as a public company, it is a genuinely new channel of revenue, and so we have to announce it. It is a modest conversion rate, but actually, having built a number of e-commerce products in my career, the hardest part of building a product is actually getting a stable conversion rate, whatever that is. Once you get a stable conversion rate, it's much easier to improve something that exists than to create something from new. And so it's an important milestone in Captevate's lifetime. It has now a stable conversion rate, and we'll be applying those models across the rest of the website.
Yes, Aziz, because really Captevate currently is more like a prototype, isn't it? Or a pilot than an actual commercial product, isn't it? So the fact that you should have any customers at all currently is an achievement, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's beyond pilot and prototype. I'd say it's kind of in an advanced beta. So I use it myself so it's my default video editing solution. As someone who's not a video editor by trade, I use it as the easiest way of editing my own videos. But nonetheless, it's still in a beta state. There's still a long way for it to go in its own development. We're only just over halfway through our planned development cycle. So you're right to say that it's great news that people are paying for the features that we've got out there now, and given that we don't really advertise anywhere that it's a beta or that we're going to have additional features coming up. So I think that's why I say it's easier to improve a conversion rate once you have one, and that we have one at this early stage is really, really positive news. But I want to be super clear and honest with investors. It's very important that people recognize that the numbers that we're talking about are small. It will make a contribution in 2016, but it will be a minor contribution, and investors shouldn't expect, multiple hundreds of thousands of pounds from Captevate, or even in the high tens of thousands of pounds of Captevate in this year. This is really, as with all subscription-based products, it's really about years 2, 3, and 4. Nonetheless, it's very positive news.
Yes, Aziz, because currently I believe you have 30,000 people registered on the website for a free trial. And how many customers do you have? I mean, I know you've mentioned that obviously it's a small conversion rate, but it's early days. But I'd like to know what you will do going forward to turn these free users into customers. Yes.
So I'll just quickly signpost the kinds of data that we will and won't release about Captevate. So we will try and keep investors updated in the number of people who have registered, at least up until a certain number. We'll never really talk about what our conversion rate is. That's a point of competitive advantage, and I don't really want our competitors knowing our conversion rate. So we'll never really talk about number of paying customers. People will be able to infer it from our financial data at the end of every year if they're so inclined. So to your question about how do we take those 30,000 people and turn them into customers, what we have are really quite sophisticated CRM programs. And what it basically means is that if you start a free trial and you upload some content and you do a little bit of edit but you never download it, Giovanna and the team have in place systems that will automatically email you to guide you in the next step. If you complete your free trial, we have automated programs that will send you emails to get you to come back and put in your credit card details and start being a paid user, or discount programs that will get you to try it for an additional 3 months at a discounted rate. So there's complex and sophisticated CRM programs that are being built, and many of which are already in place, and they're all aimed at getting those free users into paid users.
Okay, and you have said in a statement you've released today about the first paying customers for Captevate that you expected Captevate to make a meaningful financial contribution in 2017. So I'd like to know if you can tell us more about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I've said in the past, I'm really excited about what Captevate can achieve. And the reason I'm so excited about it is the sheer volume of content that consumers produce but do not share. If you will be a typical iPhone or Android user, and you will have on your phone something like 100 videos, of which you may have shared one or two, and you'll have only ever shared them on WhatsApp or Facebook. And there is so much content on people's phones that they want to share if only they had an easy way of making it a little bit better. And that's what Captevate does. So I think that what meaningful means, I guess, in terms of our 2017 contribution, we'll understand that better throughout the course of this year. Our focus now, having established a conversion rate, is releasing the features, improving that conversion rate, and it's kind of a really quick cycle. Once you get that conversion rate high, then the acquisition models are very stable. You can just buy traffic, buy users very quickly and push them through a cycle. But like I said, the hardest part is getting that conversion rate up to a meaningful amount. So I can't give you a figure, I'm afraid, Charlotte, as to what significant means in 2017. But I think Captevate over the next 3 years will become an increasingly important part of our revenue stream. I wouldn't be surprised if it was the lead revenue contributor by 2019.
Okay, Aziz, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Aziz Musa, Chief Executive Officer at Forbidden Technologies.